welcome back to Rusted Junk Garage. The other day we're hanging out the lake house, doing a few things around here, moss control on the lawn, doing a little repair to my 80-meter ham radio antenna too. So in the meantime, I have been working on this exhaust shield for my 96 Kawasaki KLR 650. When I purchased the motorcycle, it was missing this. These are hard to come by. So anyway, I found one at a motorcycle wrecking yard in, I guess, Virginia. It also came with the whole head pipe here and these two screws that hold it on. I had to drill those off. Those are real rusty. Weld a nut on and clean those up and probably use that as a spare. Anyway, this thing was super rusty. I'll include a picture of what it looked like. Yesterday I worked on it with a wire wheel, and I used some of the Rust-Oleum Rust Dissolver gel. This says it works in 30 minutes. I worked most of the day on it. This thing soaked a couple times with different coatings on it for about 7 hours. So actually it worked pretty good. If you look close, you can still see there's a few little rust spots where the mounting screws go. And the back has got some too, and a little bit down in here. So I'm going to touch that again with a little bit smaller wire wheel, and then just do a little coating. And I just use an old baking sheet and put the stuff on and let it sit, and hopefully we can get this thing just a hair cleaner and get some high heat paint on it today. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, we kind of knocked that rust down on those areas. I'm going to treat the back, the inside here. I don't think I'm going to run the wire wheel in there because no one's ever going to see it. So, this is some pretty rusty junk. So anyway, I'm going to get set up and get some of this Rust Dissolver on there. Let's see how that works. All right, we got the part all cleaned, and tells you to get it wet prior to that. So done that. I'm going to start with the inside here, and got a little toothbrush to spread this stuff around with. So let's see if we can make this thing a little bit better. This stuff just it's a gel form, and it is kind of sticky. So I mean, it does obviously run down a little bit, but that's what the toothbrush is for, to spread that around. So we got a little bit in there, and we'll just use the brush to work it over kind of the rusty areas in there. Like I said, I'm not super worried about the inside. It's gonna get painted, and this is, like I said, this is an old 96 motorcycle. Kind of a project I didn't really think I was going to be doing. I've kind of been looking for one, and I don't know, this one just kind of found me. So I drug it home, and I'll show you the bike and what I've done to it in a later video. I really think it's going to turn out pretty good. So anyway, that's coated there. So then I've got a couple of spots here on the front, not too many. So we'll just give her just a couple areas there, and then we'll spread this stuff to the areas that I think need to be treated a little more. But you know, this thing isn't going to be perfect. There is, you know, the rust did take its toll on it a little bit, and you can see it up in here. And you know, I'm not going to body work it or anything like that. I just want it to accept the high heat paint and be reasonably good looking is fine. So there you go. We're going to let that set. The Rust-Oleum rust is over. First time I've ever used it. Works good. It didn't work fast, but this thing's really been, it had a lot of rust on it. So anyway, we're going to give this about an hour and a half. You want to keep it wet, so I'll come back every 15-20 minutes here and check on it. It likes to be in about 70 degrees laundry room, and let it set up in there. It doesn't seem to give off any fumes or anything like that, but I got a fan in there to run, so we'll take it in there. We'll see how it does, and hopefully we can get some paint on this today. All right, we got her set up inside. Got some of my other junk hiding here in the garage. Lots of fun toys. Gotta have those for sure. All right, we got the heat shield coated and sitting here in the laundry room. Got a plastic underneath this and the pan. We're gonna give this, like I said, about an hour and a half. We'll keep checking on it, make sure, and see how this does. Should be real good. We're about 45 minutes into the soaking process here with the Rust-Oleum rust dissolver. We're going to let this go another 45 minutes. It's still wet. It looks like it's getting the rest of that small rust spots off, and we'll see how this turns out. Well, we finished the soaking process and dried the heat shield and gave it one tack coat and then 2 real wet coats of high heat flat black, and you know, it turned out pretty good for a rusted up piece of junk that we made. Better rusted piece of junk. So anyway, it's done. We're gonna get it back over to the KLR 650 and get some new hardware and screw that on there, and if it gets scratched up we can pull it off and hit it again. So we're pretty pleased with how that turned out. Well, thanks for joining us today on the Rusted Junk Garage as we worked on the old rusty heat shield and made it look a little bit better. We always appreciate you watching, commenting, liking, and subscribe if you'd like to. So that's going to wrap up this video on the heat shield. We'll show you more on the KLR when we get back over to the other place, and we'll do a walk around and I'll show you what I've done to the junker and explain how much it costs to fix this old motorcycle up. So look forward to seeing that. Again, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.